Hey guys, Halford here again, and if this video feels even more rushed than usual, I apologize. November has been a really hectic month for me. I've had a lot going on, both good and bad, and hopefully things will slow down as December rolls around. Today we're predicting WWE Survivor Series 2016, taking place this Sunday, November 20th, in Toronto, Ontario. The first pay-per-view event to grace my beloved Canada since 2009, and the first Survivor Series in Canada since the infamous events of 1997. By the way, finish your drink, then down a completely fresh one if any of the matches this Sunday end in similar fashion to the Montreal Screwjob. You'll need that liquor in your system to deal with WWE's inability to move on from shit they've already done in the past. Before we look at Survivor Series though, let's see how my Hell in a Cell predictions turned out. Surprisingly, better than I thought I would do. Getting 7 out of 8 correct with 22 out of 28 overall for these videos, and an overall correctness rating of 78.6%. While last time I was worried that Hell in a Cell would ruin my running total, this time I'm sure of it. So many of these matches, especially the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown ones, feel like there's no clear winner from a booking or build-up standpoint. You might as well flip a coin. So my plan here is just to predict the show based on how I would book it, and hope my line of thinking matches up with theirs. As of this recording, we've got 6 matches lined up for Sunday, starting with Kalisto versus Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight title. If Kalisto wins, the title and the whole Cruiserweight division come to SmackDown. First off, they're not bringing the Cruiserweights to SmackDown. Why would they? So they can get shoehorned into a 2-hour show and have even less time for their matches? No way. I've heard people make the point that SmackDown as it is now would probably book the Cruiserweights way better, and that's probably true. But they need that plus adequate screen time, which they're only going to get on the 3-hour-long Raw. So what I would do is have Kendrick retain, but with ample use of his dickhead shenanigans. Headbutts, heel tactics, screwing with Kalisto's mask, holding the ropes to get the pin, etc. Kendrick leaves Survivor Series thinking he's seen the last of Kalisto, but the next night on Raw, Kalisto runs in on a match and just beats the piss out of Kendrick, making his jump from SmackDown to the Cruiserweight division official. See, Kalisto's got a fire under his ass now. He's been getting more aggressive. He's not turning heel, he's just rightfully sick of being fucked around by people. We saw this 2 weeks ago on SmackDown when he got his revenge on Baron Corbin. It's the first time Kalisto has felt like he's had any personality to me, and I really liked that. And I'm sure you could get another few big events worth of great matches out of these two. Just let Kalisto jump to Monday nights already. Now, how do you balance out Kalisto going to Raw? You have Sami Zayn go to SmackDown, when he beats The Miz at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship. These two will put on a great, long match, which sees Zayn victorious in his native country. It's a beautiful moment, and then fucking Stephanie McMahon comes out, ready to gloat about the superiority of Monday Night Raw. She says that she knew Sami would win all this time, which is bullshit, and how great Raw is now that it has both the United States and IC titles. And then Sami, as nicely as possible because that's his deal, totally shits on her parade. He apologizes, as we Canadians do, and informs her that as of right before this match, he's signed a contract with a show that puts emphasis on the wrestlers. A show where he can have great matches like the one he just had every single night. Sami Zayn has signed with SmackDown. The crowd cheers, Zayn leaves to celebrate, and Steph throws a bitch fit, as is her way. Up next, the 10-on-10 Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. The theme of all 3 of these traditional Survivor Series matches has been Team Raw can't cooperate, and Team SmackDown can cooperate slightly. Has the build-up been any good? Hell no. Could these matches be good? Of course, if they're done right. To me, the traditional Survivor Series matches have always been their best when used to build a person up as a serious contender. Examples include The Rock in 1996 and Randy Orton in 2003. Who do we use this match to build up? Who else? American Alpha. The time is now. After some questionable booking of them in the past month or two, it's time to strap the proverbial jetpack to these boys. Have them come back from a 3-teams-to-1 disadvantage. The Raw tag teams are so rife with dissension that it wouldn't make them look weak to blow a lead as a result of infighting, and you can make AA look like $1,000,000, the one team that can always rely on each other when the chips are down. In the most perfect world, most of the teams get eliminated right away, and the bulk of the match is American Alpha versus Gallows and Anderson, and Sheamus and Cesaro. You know you want to see those teams paired off against each other. After that, the women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. It's interesting to see the contrast between how Raw and SmackDown both present their women's divisions. It's like giving two kids each a really nice bike. One kid rides all day around town bragging to everyone who will listen about how great and wonderful and new and shiny his bike is. Now, he might not be wrong, but after a few minutes you just want to punch him in the face to shut him up. The other kid just shuts up and pedals like a madman. Raw is so vocal, non-fucking-stop about how groundbreaking and revolutionary and amazing their women are, and SmackDown just lets them go and let them speak through their wrestling. That's why I figured Team Raw will win this one, because I bet you anything Stephanie has decreed it so that she'll have more ammunition for her endless fucking tirades about how revolutionary the women on Raw are. After that, we move on to the men's 5-on-5 elimination match. I was all set to expect Team SmackDown to win this one until right at the end of the last SmackDown before Survivor Series, when The Undertaker made his return and said that there would be hell to pay if they lost to Team Raw. Well shit, now I'm intrigued. I want to see that play out. So now I'm predicting a win for Team Raw. After the dust settles, I figure it'll be Rollins and Reigns left standing, maybe even hitting that stupid double powerbomb that they've been teasing at previous shows, just so that fans can polish their nostalgia boners for their precious Shield. Other highlights of this match will likely include a much-awaited James Ellsworth-Braun Strowman showdown, and Shane McMahon being thrown through 20 flaming tables at his request. And finally, we come to the main event of the show, the fantasy warfare matchup that has already been a painful reality, the returning 49-year-old Goldberg against White Donkey Kong Brock Lesnar. God, I hope this match is good. The last match they had was hot garbage, and that was over 12 years ago. I'm approaching this one with a very cautious optimism. As for who wins, I think it'll be Lesnar, but a lot of people are asking, how do you bring in a guy as iconic as Goldberg just to have him lose the one match that he's signed on for? Well, I know it's wishful thinking, but I'm really hoping that we get one more match out of old Bill after this one. I'm a greedy bastard, and I'd love to see Goldberg live when I go to WrestleMania next year, and you can plant the seeds for that match at Survivor Series. Picture this. Lesnar and Goldberg go to war. It's brutal, hard-hitting, and fuck ugly. Goldberg goes through an announce table. Lesnar gets speared through a barricade. Both men kick the shit out of each other. But when it seems like Goldberg has the match won, he gets blindsided by motherfucking Rusev. Rusev unleashes on Goldberg like a goddamn animal, and Lesnar capitalizes to get the win. That's literally all you need to do. Even if Goldberg doesn't wrestle another match until Mania, the story writes itself. Goldberg says he misses being an ass-kicking superhero for all the kids out there. Well, with this one run-in, you give him a perfect villain to go up against. One who wants to break the people's hero, and one who I'm confident could put on a hell of an entertaining match with him. Rusev vs. Goldberg, WrestleMania 33. Book that shit. So those are my predictions / how I would book Survivor Series. Disagree with my predictions? What would you do differently? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. And quickly, drinking game rules. Finish a drink for surprise returns or debuts, and take a drink both for every elimination in the Survivor Series matches, and for every suplex that Brock Lesnar gives Goldberg. I've been PK Halford, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.